Hey guys, what's going on? Warren here. Uh, so, last time I recorded a video for MyAnimelist, Mr. Born Warren, the one and only over here, and I reviewed mine just to have a record of it, and also obviously to record a video. Now, this will be my second one reviewing my friend's, Gabe. He has his own channel, Gaber the Gamer, or Gaber the Animator. Link will be in the description and hopefully on screen, but maybe not. And today we're gonna review his and see what I think about it. Now, I know he has some hot takes in here, because he's just like that. But, you know, he's him. But let's get started. So he has One Piece and ReZero at number 10. Oh, and Mob Psycho 3. I haven't started One Piece yet. I will. I know it's good, but I haven't started it. I've watched ReZero. This show is amazing. I think it is probably, besides Mushoku Tensei, the best isekai. Mushoku Tensei it hits something different that ReZero just hasn't, and I don't even know what it is. It's just something, and it's not even like that big. Like, if let's say Mushoku Tensei is like a 9, this is like an 8.5 probably. This is only season 1. He hasn't seen season 2, but I think having it at a 10 is fine. I think it doesn't quite hit 10. I don't really think Mushoku Tensei does either. I think this is more like a 9 show, maybe an 8, but especially for the first season. But it's still a good ranking. And the Mob Psycho 100, haven't seen it, so I'm just gonna skip past those. Next he has Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation at not number 9, but at a 9. I agree. This is part 1 of season 1, which I like part 2 a little bit more, because part 1, it's pretty much, I know this is gonna sound counterintuitive because there's more Eris, one of the characters, the girl with the red hair, in part 2 of season 1, but in the first part she's like every other character I like except for her. I don't really like her that much even throughout part 2. She gets better in part 2. The only thing that I would say part 1 does better is just that characters probably have a bit more to say. In part 2 they still have things to say, and there's still moments where it slows down and they get some character development and stuff like that, but it's season 2, and also season 2 has action. I personally don't care if a show has action. I mean, if you remember my list, all of my 10s except for 1 were dramas, and they pretty much don't have any action, like, at all. They don't have any at all, so I don't really care. And I just think part 2's animation is also except for one scene, like, I think the magic in part 1 of season 1 is better, but I think all the other animation, like movement and stuff like that, in part 2 is just better. Moving on, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Haven't seen it, so I'm gonna skip past it. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train Arc. I get why he likes it more than Entertainment District. I just don't agree. One, I think Enmu, the main bad guy, he's cool, his power's cool, but he doesn't reach Gyutaro or Daki levels, like, at all. And then Akaza's there. Akaza's pretty cool. He is pretty good, and spoilers, I guess. There's spoilers in this. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. There's spoilers for things I want to say, so if you don't want that, leave right now. But yeah. But Gabe, if you're watching, which you might be, I won't spoil any shows you haven't watched, so don't worry. And pretty much no shows that are on here. If they're not on here, I'm not gonna spoil. But Rengoku dies by Akaza's hand. Rengoku goes out in a great way. It is a good scene when he dies. But I just don't think I just think Entertainment District is just better, just overall. I like what's the guy's name? What's his name? Hold on. What's his name? Demon Slayer Entertainment District. That's not how you say that. What's this guy's name? What the? He's one of my favorites. How do I not remember? What? Tengen. That's it. Tengen. Okay, so Tengen. I like him more than Rin Goku. That's pretty much all I have to say about this. About Mugen Train. Let's move on. Spy Family. Haven't seen it. Moving on. Seeing Kaguya-sama. Death Note. Now, I've been spoiled for pretty much everything in Death Note, so I'm not gonna watch it. But I do know if I had watched it, I would absolutely love it. So I think an 8 is a fair rating. He hasn't finished it, but 8 is a fair rating, I think. Haikyuu, haven't seen it. Moving on. A Silent Voice. I think this should at least be a 9. I can understand why people wouldn't give it a 10. There's some moments where I'm like, okay, this movie is not a 10, and other moments where I think it's even higher than a 10. So I think an 8 is fine, but maybe a 9 would fit it better. I like the main duo, the main girl and the main guy. I think they're good characters. All the supporting cast is it's a bit hit or miss, but these two right in the middle right here, they're the best characters in the movie. I haven't seen Mob Psycho. I haven't seen Boo Stray Dogs. My Hero Season 2. Now, I'm caught up with My Hero, so I've watched it all, and Season 2, it's good, but it just doesn't reach. It's probably, if I had to rank the seasons, we'll get to them later, but I'll just rank them now. Probably number 1, Season 6, number 2, Season 2, number 3, the Night Eye season, which I think is Season 4, and then probably 1, and then 5. 5 just sucks, but yeah. 2, it has the sports festival, and then I think this includes Stain, but I might be wrong. Season 2 is still pretty good, though. It's probably the second best season. I've only seen the first season of One Punch Man, so moving on. Haven't seen My Hero movies. Promised Neverland, you're gonna get me depressed. The Promised Neverland, I'm just gonna make sure I'm recording. The Promised Neverland, it's the first season's so good. It's so good. And then they decided, no, it's just Season 2 is gonna suck. And even the creators, some of them didn't want to be credited in the show because they didn't want their name tied to it because it was so bad. And that's like, when the creators don't want to be credited for Season 2, it's like, oh my god. Promised Neverland. If you want to watch it, watch Season 1 and then read the manga, or just read the manga first outright. Kaguya-sama, haven't seen it, or me, haven't seen it. Part 2, Mushoku Tensei. Think it's better than Part 1, just a little bit. Only by a little bit. But yeah, I already said what I need to say about this, so I'll move on. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, haven't seen it. The Duke of Death Has Made, haven't seen it. Entertainment District, again, already talked about it, should be above Mugen Train. He has some whack takes on shonen, just in general, but 8's fine. If we're rating this by itself, though, 8's fine. That's good. Liar Liar, haven't seen it. Spy Family, haven't seen it. Tenjiku Hen, Tokyo Revengers, he's rated an 8. I think it should be that. Obviously, it's not finished yet, but from so far, it has been amazing. I'm fully caught up with. It's at episode 9 of 13. I'm up to there, and it's been great so far. It cuts to the chase. There's not a lot of in between time. It just gets to what it needs to say, and then once it says what it needs to say, it's done, and then it moves on to something else, which I think is nice. It's concise, and it doesn't spread things out too much. But I'll talk about Tokyo Revengers when we get to the other seasons. Naruto, I've only seen like half of this, but that half is good. I think 7's probably perfect for it. I understand it could be probably maybe like an 8, but it's I think it's good at 7. Straight Away, haven't seen it. The Rah, haven't seen it. Erased, haven't seen it. Stray Dogs, haven't seen it. Holy crap, dude. My Hero Season 1. He really likes My Hero Season 1, and like it's good, but it's not all that. Like he's only on Season 3, Episode 1. But it's alright. First season it's alright. Your Name, think this would definitely be higher than a 7. I think this is too low. I think it should be at least an 8. He says he doesn't like, again, spoilers, he doesn't like the plot of it. I don't get what he means. I like I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said he didn't like the plot, and I guessing he means he doesn't like how they switch bodies. I don't know. I don't know what he means, but I think it should be higher. Otakoi, haven't seen it. Season 3, I do not remember season 3. I mean, I do, but oh wait, no, this has the camp like place where he fights the big muscle guy. That's good. I think that's the 7's fine for it. But he's only seen one episode, so he has no right to rate it like this. But yeah, I think season 3's good. Probably not the best. Definitely not the best, but it's still good. The Frozen Bond, I think this should be lower. Personally, it's a backstory movie for Amelia and Puck. They didn't really need it. They're getting it in season 2 anyways, or they got it. They're getting more past this. They didn't need this. I thought the movie was just alright at best, so I rated it a 5. Peter said 7. I think 7, I guess it's a bit more personal preference, but this should be lower, but it's fine. Fire Force, only seen one episode, and I haven't seen it, so Rent's Girlfriend, think this is fine. Maybe one lower to 6, but this is probably fine right here. There's nothing special. He likes Ruka, forget her name, the most. He's just wrong. The problem is, the only reason she's together with the main character is because of a deal they made. And she has to act all forceful when they're not truly together. He doesn't like her nearly as much as he likes Chizuru, or even Mommy for that fact. Now, Mommy is worse than Rukia, don't remember her name. Ruka, because Rukia's Bleach. It's probably Ruka. Ruka, she's controlling. She wants Kazuya for herself, even though she's probably, if she did get him, she would just throw him away immediately, because that's just who she is. She's in like 2 episodes. I don't even remember her name. I just remember that they went bowling in the episode. That's about it. She's definitely the best. She has the best character development. She has the most character. She's in the most episodes. She is the only one who doesn't like she likes the main character Kazuya, but she kind of denies it, which I think is just more interesting than the other 3. She's just better. So that's just what she is. She's just better. But moving on. Tokyo Avengers, I think I probably have it rated, I think I have mine on 8, and same with Christmas Showdown down here. I would probably give Tokyo Avengers I have this rated at a 9 and Christmas Showdown at a 9. I should probably rate this an 8 and Christmas Showdown a 9. I'll probably change that later, but Tokyo Avengers, I don't know why I love the show. It's just so fun for me. I like watching it. I like the characters a lot. We're finishing Tenjiku Hen, newest season, and then one more season after that, and then the show's done, which I'm kind of sad about, but at least I can enjoy it. I think Tokyo Avengers is amazing. I understand it's not for everyone, and I understand people were expecting it when it came out to be peak, and it wasn't. I understand people don't like that they're in high school or like middle school, but they're like this strong and they're fighters and they're going through this. I can understand that. I'm fine with it, but I think this is fine ratings. Maybe not for Christmas Showdown. I think Christmas Showdown should be higher. But yeah, this is good, right? I watched this. I don't remember it though, so I'm just gonna skip past this. Season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, probably the worst season. Not because it's bad, just because there's not much going on. He meets Fitz, which again, spoilers. It's actually Sylphie, his childhood friend. If you watch the special, which is right here, you'll find that out easily. And the whole point of the season is he's trying to figure out his erectile dysfunction, which is just funny. Gabe doesn't like it, and I understand why people don't like it, but I think it's just funny more than anything. There's some good moments that come out of it. But yeah, probably the worst season overall. The first part where he's not in the magic school is... Yeah, I think it's good when he gets drunk and then says, "Oh yeah, that girl, I don't even like her," and she's right there. It's good, and he almost killed himself, but we don't worry about that. But I think this is probably the worst season. I think it's 7's fine. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I haven't watched it. A Return to the Magic should be special. I think 7's fine. I am watching it as it's airing. I think this is fine right here. Not much to say about it, honestly. It's just kind of normal. Not much special about it. Princess Mononoke. I think this should be way higher. I'll like an 8. This movie was great. I don't know why he doesn't like it. I don't remember what he said, if he said anything at all. But he said he didn't really enjoy it. I think he said he found it boring and just not that interesting, which is fair, but I think it should be higher. Yu Yu Hakusho, haven't watched it. Howl's Moving Castle, haven't watched it. I don't know how does the flower saw today. Oh my god. So I cried during this. Pretty much all the shows on my 10 I cried to except for Attack on Titan. And with this, I did too, and I rated this a 10, and he rated a 6. I get that the show is predictable, but that's the point. The show was never meant to be this groundbreaking thing where there's twists and turns. It was always meant to be a story that you know the ending, but you don't know how they're going to get there. The whole point was the journey, and then that once you realize how good friends they are, once they set aside their differences, and how good friends they were, it's just sad because they have to see their friend that they finally got to see again after she died one last time, and she has to leave, and that's sad. And Gabe just has no heart because he's stupid. I knew the ending before it happened. I knew she was going to disappear, but that was never the point, was to have a crazy ending. Again, it was the journey, not the destination. But yeah, I think he rated this way too low. Probably 3-4 points too low. I think it should be a 9 or a 10. Psycho-Pass, haven't seen it. I saw his review of mine, and he said I didn't complete this. This just includes the first Phantom Blood part, because they cut down into director's cut for Phantom Blood into just I think 5 episodes. Well, those 5 are 6, and those include all 26 episodes. This is just the first season, not the season 2. But I think a 6 is fine. I know JoJo's gets better, so I think 6 is fine. Talking Ghoul, haven't seen it, but I'm gonna read the manga soon. One Punch Man, I think this should be higher. I don't know what he found boring about this, at all. There was a lot of moments that were cool and just fun, and it's funny. I like Saitama, I like Gino, I like most of the characters. Speed of Sound Sonic, he's just stupid. I think this should be like a 7 or an 8. Haven't seen Love is War. Demon Slayer first season, I can understand why this is down here. He said multiple times before that it doesn't get good until the Mount Nataguma arc or the Spider arc with Rui and the Spider Demons. I think this is fine. Not much to say about it though. It's kind of the same for Mugen Train. It's just kind of, I think Mugen Train's better, but this is I think it's a bit too long, and they try to put too much in it, but that stuff isn't that interesting as you get to Mount Nataguma. Haven't seen Wotakoi, haven't seen Nagatoro, season 2, Rent a Girlfriend. Everything still applies for season 1, so I'm not gonna go over this. Literally everything, nothing really changes. It's just kind of the same story. I guess in season 2 you find out Chizuru's dreams and what she wants. It's kind of hinted at in the first season, but the second season's definitely where it kicks off more. Case Study Vanitas, haven't seen it. Demon Slayer, Swords and Village, fair enough. This is the lowest. I'm so happy he is one of the few people who agrees that Muichiro, the Mist Hashira, is actually good. I don't know why people don't like Muichiro. He's good. His breathing's cool. His backstory, I think, is nice. I've seen people say, "Oh, the story that he impersonated his brother," again, spoilers, because he died. I'm pretty sure that happens. That people will process their trauma. They'll become, in quotations, the person that died, their loved one, just because they can't process it, and that's their way of doing it. And then he finally does realize what happened, and I think that the moment where he realizes, he went all this time without realizing, and only against Tanjiro he did, which I think I understand why people might be turned off with that. But yeah, Muichiro's great. Genya, I like his gun. Kanroji, her sword's definitely the coolest, besides maybe I forget what breathing he uses, but the strongest Hashira, the one with the ball and sickle. Besides him, maybe she has the best sword, the baby sword. The villains in this were very unforgettable. They just didn't really matter. But yeah, I think this arc is good, but definitely probably not the best. Hellsing, haven't seen it. One Piece again, haven't seen it. That's fair. He said he's just reading the manga instead of watching the anime. I think he should watch the anime instead of the manga, but it's up to him. I understand that first season can be kind of boring, but once you get to season 2, if he wants to press on, it's so much better. Especially season 3, mwah, peak actual, like just so good. Season 1 is just kind of boring. But he could finish it, but he's going not. Whisker Away. This movie's just normal. It's or mid, I should say, even though like words kind of run its course, but it's not all that. It's kind of boring. The main girl is I don't really care for. Same for the main guy. Especially the main guy. He was just boring. And the whole story where she gets trapped in the cat body and has to figure out a way to get out of the cat world and out of the body was like, all right. I don't know why this is happening, but okay. Yeah, it's just all right. Haven't seen Sword Art Online. The first part is so great, and then you get to Alfheim, and then it's just not. Like, I think it's called Aincrad arc. It's actually good. Like, it's not the best thing you'll ever see, but it's actually good. And then you get to Alfheim, and then that's not great. And then you go into season 2, and while I personally like Gun Gale arc, I know a lot of people don't. So if you're one of those people, you move into season 2, you get Gun Gale, and then I think another Alfheim arc, which I don't know why they did that. I haven't watched Alicization, but I think a 4 is fine. I think maybe it should get a 5, just because Aincrad is actually good, but it's fine here. I played the game for Danganronpa. I didn't watch the anime. I know the anime is fine, but you should just play the game if you have the time and want to. The game is so much better. There's so much characterization for the characters. A lot more stuff is explained. There's different moments that aren't in the anime at all. I think you should play the game, but if you just don't have the time and you just want to know the story of Danganronpa, it's fine to watch the anime. Jujutsu Kaisen out of 4. This is stupid. I understand if you're fine not to like it, but 4, like as low as freaking Dragon Ball first season or the Naruto the movie 1, I understand that's a 3, but still, what the hell? It's just oh my god, it's so much better than a 4. I think like a 7 or an 8 is good. I don't get this 4. I think he's stupid for this one, to be honest. But you know, his opinion, his list. He can do what he wants. Haven't seen Dragon Ball. Haven't seen this movie. Dr. Stone. Okay, so in the previous AnimeList where I reviewed mine, I said about how he said it was survival, and I didn't. I thought it wasn't survival, or I don't understand how it's not survival. That's not exactly what I meant. I meant that it's not survival because he's not surviving. He's thriving. Throughout the whole show, he doesn't really go into the survival aspect because Senku, the main character, he's just so smart that he knows what to do, and he's not surviving, he's thriving. And he finds this village, and he's set there, and he builds his own base with food, and he gets the electricity, and that's all crazy. He's thriving, not surviving. But I think the show is good. I don't think as bad as a 3, but you know, that's him, I guess. Next up, Sword Art Online 2, 2-star. That's fine. I think I rated mine a 3. I think 3 is better, but 2 is fine. I can understand that. Promised Neverland Season 2. Already mentioned earlier. Season sucks. I never finished it because it was just so bad, but missed opportunity. Next up, Evangelion. This is criminal. At a 1-star after seeing 8 episodes. I haven't finished the first anime and none of the movies. Like, what the hell? That's just, like, stupid. He doesn't like the opening, which it's so good, and I don't know why he doesn't. I think he's stupid. I shouldn't be slandering him here, but, you know, that's just me. We're friends. Who cares? Yeah, Mr. Gabriel. Not gonna say your last name. You're stupid for this one. Now that hits his list, but we'll go through his plan to watch. There's like 40 of them, so I'll just say the names. Mobile Suit Gundam, Bleach, Fate Stay Night. I'm actually reading the visual novel for this. It's actually been pretty good so far. I'm not too far in, but it's been pretty good. Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies, Sailor Moon, Naruto Movies 2, Legend of the Steel Jellel. That's a stupid name. One Piece Adventure in the Ocean's Navel, Code Geass Lelouch Rebellion, Naruto Shippuden, Grappler Baki, Clanad, Toradora, Steins Gate, The Future Diary, Hunter x Hunter, Hyoka, Shinsekai Ori, Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, Anohana the Flower We Saw That Day, the movie, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, Your Lie in April, Wolf Girl and Black Prince, Seraph of the End Vampire Reign, Himoto Umaru-chan, Charlotte, Overlord, Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, Saga of Tanya the Evil, The Rising of the Shield Hero, Darling in the Franxx, that time I got reincarnated as slime. Jesus Christ, there's so many damn shows. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Get on this immediately. I know he clowns on this. Like, I think the ones you should watch first, Bunny Girl Senpai, at least the ones I've seen, Seraph of the End, and Code Geass. I think it's like his top 3 you should watch right now. But continuing, Beastars, ReZero, Season 2, BNA, Tony Kala, Over the Moon for You, Girlfriend, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, My Dress Up Darling, Komi Can't Communicate, The Duke of Death and His Maid Season 2, Onimai, I'm Not Your Sister, Oshinoko, Our Dating Story, The Experienced You and the Inexperienced Me, Run to Girlfriend Season 3, Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead, The Kingdoms of Ruin, and Horimiya, The Missing Pieces. Yeah, that's his list. Again, I think you should get on Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, Seraph of the End, and Code Geass, and then maybe Clanad, too. I've seen a bit of that. That was really good, actually. But yeah, that's his list. Overall, I think he either has spot on opinions, or his opinions are so off that they're like bannable. Like, I should send him to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, his list is it's all right. I think overall it's good, but then there's some points like down here with just Kaisen or Dr. Stone or this Neon Genesis. Like, seriously, dude, like, what the hell? But yeah, I think overall his list is pretty good. Now the video's over. I'll leave the link to his YouTube channels in the description, and it should be on screen at the beginning of the video again. Maybe now again, I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I hope you have a great day. I'm Warren, and my name is Warren, and I'll see you all next time. Adios.